different point of view this year as the quarterback, starting quarterback. What did you see in the guys this summer?
It was a bit different, just being able to organize the activities and the 7-on-7s and, being in charge of getting everyone together. So I got to see who really shows up when you want to count on them. And for the most part, I'd say, 95% of our team, was accountable all summer, was here, putting in the work and putting in the time to try and get better.
Brian, can you appreciate, this is the highest day and has been picked in the league and nationally since 1999 when you were, maybe 9 years old or so. Can you appreciate the anticipation of the fans and the people who follow the Aggies over the years?
Yeah, it's fun, like we've been saying for the last couple of years, you want to win games, and when you win games, it brings, excitement and notoriety to your program. So we're definitely excited about that, and we're glad to be back in the spotlight, but we're excited to the opportunity to go out and prove those expectations are well deserved. They're exactly that. Their expectations right there. Nothing's been proved, and we're excited to go out there starting tomorrow and put in the work. Once we start to put in the work for the next couple of weeks, we'll get to go out and play against SMU.
From your standpoint, being the guy right now, how different is that than being the just in case guy?
It's a lot different. It's a completely different situation, but I'm really excited for it. It's what I've been waiting to do for a long time. And to have finally have the opportunity to rise, I'm excited for it and looking forward to just getting out there and going through camp. It's a completely different camp, being a backup and being the guy. You get a lot more reps being the guy and just being on the field, for a lot more drills. So I'm definitely excited for the opportunity and looking forward to it.
Are the coaches going to be surprised at the level of, that y'all have coming out of 7-on-7 when you do break camp tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. We put in a lot of work this summer. Guys showed up all summer. Even when it wasn't organized 7-on-7, I'll just text the guys, hey, I'm throwing at this time if you want to come out. Just to put in some extra work. And I was always surprised to the amount of guys that showed up. And every day you're out there working and not just running routes to run routes. We're working on small things, fixing body movements and shoulder lean and stuff like that. That I think most college teams would overlook, but the guys on this team, don't want to overlook any details. You want to get better at every part of their game. So it's just exciting to see those guys work throughout this summer, and I'm sure it'll pay off, this year and start showing off tomorrow.
Ryan, what's your approach been like, knowing this is your last season at A&M? What's your approach been?
I'm excited. You only have one last go around, and I'm excited for it. You just try to do everything you can to make the most of it. It's an opportunity right now, and it's a lot of guys on this team. It's our last opportunity, and we talk about it. We're excited about it. We know it's an opportunity, and we look to take advantage of it.
Ryan, do you almost shake your head when you look at the talent on this receiving core? A guy like Kendrick McNeil would start probably anywhere else, and he's struggling. He's a backup right now.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Throwing all those guys.
When you have that type of talent around you, it really makes playing quarterback easy. You just put the ball in the area, and they're going to come down with it. We have depth as well as our starters are exceptional. But I think that's one thing that sets us apart is our depth. You have Nate Askew, Kendrick McNeil, BJ, Seth Gardner, those guys that would be starting. A lot of other Big 12 schools out there. So definitely a luxury to have those guys. No one can play the entire game. Every snap of the game. So when your backup can come in and play at the same level as your starters, it definitely takes a lot of pressure off your entire offense and off of me as a quarterback.
How have you tutored the young quarterbacks to be ready when you were in the exact same position as them last year?
Yeah, it's a learning process, and I try to help them out as much as I can. One of them's going to have to be ready, have to be the backup, and we don't know which one that is right now. Coach Sherman's going to have to make that tough decision, but I try to help them out as much as I can. Any small coaching point I can give to them, I just let them know, hey, you might want to check this guy versus this coverage, or check your footwork on this. You took 2 hitches, whatever it may be. I just try to give them any pointers I can because, at the end of the day, I want them to be the best football players they can be, and I want them to push me and be the best quarterback I can be. So right now we're just trying to get those guys ready, and one of them will end up winning the job.
How important is it for the tight ends to step up a little, the young tight ends, and what have you seen from those guys?
Our tight ends are a huge part of our offense. Probably 90-95% of our plays we're going to have a tight end in there in some set, either at fullback or in the tight end or split out at a receiver position. So tight end is a crucial part to our offense, and last year we went with pretty much a 3-man rotation, pretty much the whole year. Certain guys did certain things better. Michael Lamoth was more of our fullback type guy, and Nehemiah Hicks was our split guy, and Hudson was more of our hand in the ground guy. But throughout this summer, I think they've all worked on rounding off all their games so that they can be put in the situation that can help us out no matter what the set is. So it'll be exciting to see this camp, what goes on, and who ends up coming out on top of that job.
Ryan, Coach Sherman didn't recruit you, but since he arrived, he's been supportive of you and even saying that you're going to be an NFL quarterback one day. How much does that help your confidence going into the season, knowing that he's been supportive since day one?
It's great to have Coach Sherman's support. Anytime you have the confidence of your coaches, it definitely boosts your confidence and helps you to go out and play with confidence on the field. So knowing that I have his confidence in me, and I have his trust, and with that trust becomes expectations and the fact that he's going to tell me when I mess up, and that's what I need. I need a coach that's going to push me to be the best quarterback I can be. And I think Coach Sherman is definitely that guy that's going to try to bring out the best in me, no matter if it means hurting my feelings or not. He's gonna try to make me the best player he can, and I love that about him, and I'm glad he's my coach.
Hey, Ryan, is there any under the radar kind of guys who've caught your attention during 7-on-7?
We have a lot of guys that are on the radar, so it's tough to say that. But Nate Askew was one guy this summer who really caught my attention. He's backing up Jeff right now, and that's a tough spot to be in because Jeff's so good. But Nate has really brought a lot to the table this summer. He's been out there working, cleaning up his routes. He's a speed guy when he came in. He's 6'4", 220. He's a huge guy. So him cleaning up his routes and getting faster in and out of his cuts really helped round his game off, and we should see some big things from him this year.
Cyrus closed the season out so strong last year with the 7 straight 100-yard games. What have you seen from him this summer? Do you expect him to just pick up where he left off, or can he be even better?
I think he'd be even better. Cyrus is a hard worker. He's a guy that's going to go out there every day and work. He's in the weight room, putting in the extra time in the weight room. I think he's gotten a little bit bigger this offseason. So we look for big things from Cyrus. C-Mike as well. He suffered the leg injury last year, but he's had a good offseason. He's back to 100%, out there running and doing drills. You can't even tell he had a leg injury. So we're excited to see what they can do, and it's kind of a two-headed monster, and we're excited they're on our team.
I know you got teased at Big 12 Media Days about being quarterback with that backfield, those receivers, that offensive line, and that sort of thing. But is it one of those things where you look around and go, hey, I'm in a pretty good situation here?
Yeah, I have great players around me, and everyone wanted to give me praise and significance last year whenever I came in. But my teammates around me really stepped up. The offensive line really played together. C-Mike and Cyrus really came on. The receivers continued to play well. The defense really brought the wrecking crew back to A&M. So, I think most people could have stepped into that situation and done well. So, it definitely takes a lot of pressure off me. And I'm lucky to have the teammates I have around me just because they're great people first and foremost, and then on top of that, they're great football players.
Ryan, have you taken care of your offensive line this summer, or taken them out to steak dinner or anything like that?
I haven't taken them out to a steak dinner, but I definitely like those guys and like hanging around those guys and try to get involved as much as I can with them. So we'll see how things go in camp, but hopefully I can get them out for a steak or something like that.
Ryan, can you be anonymous if you go to the mall or go to a restaurant? Or are you constantly having people coming up and asking you?
I try to be, but
can you blend in?
that's one thing about College Station and A&M fans is they're very passionate about their football and about A&M, and they just want to come up to me and show their support and say that they're excited for the season and whatnot. So it's not too bad, but I love the A&M fans and the fact that they're passionate about football. So I don't mind it too much.
Has it changed, though, year over year, going from being a receiver to being the starting quarterback? Have you gotten more attention when you go out?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Anytime you're in the starting quarterback role, you're exposed to more media and in the spotlight a little bit more. So I think it's definitely intensified over the past 10 months.
What did the LSU game teach you guys as you went in the offseason?
Taught us that we're not there yet. We were close last year, but we weren't there yet. We had a lot of work to do. LSU is a really good football team, but I think everyone on our team would say if we would have played to our potential, we could have beat them. And we didn't play to our potential. And I think that just shows us we have to go out and play to our full potential every game. And in order to do that, you're going to have to practice with your full potential every day so that there's no letdown in a game. And I think that's one thing this team learned from it, and we're excited to get into camp and to prove that.
Covered? All right.